Over the centuries, the paradox which came first, the egg or the hen, has puzzled philosophers, theologians, and scientists alike. This seemingly simple question has become a symbol of circular dilemmas and causality, impossible to solve by linear thinking. But recent discoveries in the field of evolutionary biology, especially those made by a team of researchers at the University of Geneva, seem to provide a new answer based on modern science and understanding of the evolution of life on Earth. The study published in Nature by the team, led by biologist Omaya Duden, focused on a single-celled organism recently discovered in marine sediments from Hawaii, called Chromosphera perkinsii. This primitive creature, which lived billions of years ago, before the emergence of multicellular animals, appears to hold the key to the answer. Although it is not an egg, in the sense we commonly associate with birds, see. Perkinsii contains in its genetic code the fundamental mechanisms that enabled the formation of multicellular organisms, similar to the early stages of an embryo. What is fascinating about this single-celled organism is how, when it reaches full size, it divides to form a multicellular colony. This transition mirrors the developmental process of modern animal embryos, both in terms of three-dimensional structure and genetic activity. By this analogy, the study suggests that eggs, as reproductive and developmental mechanisms, arose long before the chick, or even before modern birds. What does it all mean? In short, the egg was evolutionarily the first. More precisely, the recipe for the formation of an egg, or rather for the formation of an organism that develops through cell division and specialization, existed billions of years before the chicken or any other modern animal appeared on Earth. By analyzing this process in single-celled organisms, such as C. perkinsii, the researchers discovered that the evolutionary mechanisms essential for multicellular life have extremely deep roots in the history of life on the planet. This transition from unicellular to multicellular life was one of the most significant moments in the history of life on Earth, enabling the evolution of the complex life forms that dominate the planet today. The fact that the genetic mechanisms for embryo formation existed long before modern animals suggests that the egg, as a biological principle, preceded the chick in this evolutionary order. The answer to the egg or chicken paradox is not just a resolution of an old philosophical debate, but also a deeper understanding of how life evolved. The egg, in the evolutionary sense, is a fundamental mechanism by which organisms can efficiently reproduce and perpetuate life. This ability to reproduce, to create new generations from pre-existing cells, has been essential for the survival and diversification of life on Earth. Beyond the purely philosophical interest, the Chromosphera perkinsii findings have important implications for understanding genetic diseases, embryonic development, and even regenerative medicine. By analyzing how primitive organisms were able to transform into complex, multicellular structures, researchers may discover new ways to tackle modern health problems related to cell development. So the evolutionary answer to the old question seems clear. The egg was first. However, this egg is not the chicken egg that we associate with the chicken, but rather a fundamental stage in the evolution of multicellular life. The egg symbolizes the beginning of complex life, a mechanism that allowed the transition from single-celled organisms to sophisticated structures capable of development and reproduction. From an evolutionary perspective, the egg is a primordial life form, much older than any modern animal. and this discovery brings a new perspective on our biological origins. Ultimately, the chicken and egg question becomes a window into a deeper understanding of the evolution of life on Earth. Please subscribe to our channel for more intriguing content on evolutionary biology and other fascinating topics.